are the do's and don'ts once you've been approved for a mortgage? You've gone through the underwriting process. You actually have your commitment. How is it that you counsel new home buyers so that they don't do anything that could possibly jeopardize that?
Yeah. And again, this taking place over a much larger amount of time allows for more life events to occur. So versus buying a home and closing in 30 days, there's only a certain amount of things that can occur. If you're purchasing a home that's 6 or 9 or 12 months out, you could have scenarios where you have a job change. You can have scenarios where you have a life change. You could have scenarios where you could miss a payment on something. There's a lot of things that can occur over that period of time. So again, to the point of trust and honesty, what I would ask of a buyer is that, before you take any steps in terms of changing your financial picture, in terms of changing employment, let's have a conversation. Because something that may not seem to be a big deal to a purchaser may be a big deal on a lending side. If you change a job,
your car.
If you change a job and you go from a regular base salary to a commission and you've never been commissioned before, that could be a problem. And being in the middle of this process, it may be an opportunity you may or may not want to take. And it's a discussion you want to have. Someone's car lease could be up, or their car could break down. They could need a new car. Well, going from a $600 car payment to an $800 car payment could make a difference in a loan. So those are conversations that we would want to have up front. And if you feel as if you're going to need to do something, I always ask, give me a call first. Let me run through the scenario with you. Let me plug the numbers in, and let me give you the okay. And then we ensure ourselves of not having a problem. So again, it's a relationship that is a much longer period than on an existing home. So, keeping me informed and me keeping the customer informed is of the utmost importance.
But let's just say, generally speaking, purchasing new cars for the average purchaser is probably not the best idea when you're entering into.
Again, if you're replacing one car for another and it's a similar payment, it's not necessarily a problem. If you're purchasing another car, it could be problematic. So again, most of it is common sense things. But again, sometimes once you go through the first steps in this process, the process sort of takes a back seat to everything else that's going on in your life because you're waiting for delivery. So again, it's something to keep in your mind that, hey, if I'm going to make a large purchase, if I'm going to be opening new credit cards, if I'm going to be taking a different job, just a quick call. It takes 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes to have that conversation to make sure that we don't have a problem down the road. So those are the important things. And then obviously the most important is, make sure you keep paying everything on time. Most people are vigilant, in those situations, but small hiccups can cause big differences, so, if you miss one payment on something or something goes to collection that maybe a bill got missed, something like that could cause a huge difference in credit score, which if you're taking a conventional loan could cause a huge difference in interest rate or mortgage insurance, which affects affordability. So you have trickle down effects, with little things sometimes that can be avoided. So those are the pitfalls we try to stay away from. And again, it all circles back to communication from my end to the customer and communication from the customer to me, and making sure that line is always open, that door is always open to be able to ask any questions that are needed to make sure that we reach the same goal at the end of the day, which is them getting into their new home and starting their life there.